2,500 years ago in the ancient Olympic Games, when an athlete won an event, they were said to be handed a cup of wine that was made in this particular place. And they are still making wine from that grape today. I'm tasting my way through every grape variety on earth, all 10,000 of them. And today we're in the sun-drenched south of Italy, in the toe of the boot, in Calabria, trying the ancient grape variety Gaglioppo. Ooh, yeah. Right, let's try it. Oh yeah, so just looking at it, wow, yeah, I thought it was going to be quite brooding and dark in colour, but it's more ruby, maybe even a little bit orange at the side. The colour is surprisingly kind of light. So the focus of today's kind of mad tasting tour is Italy and the south of Italy, Calabria. So Calabria is old Italy, it's kind of forgotten Italy, it's ancient Italy. It's agricultural, it's wild, and I've been to Puglia and loved it. I've been to Sicily and loved it. I just want to get off the beaten track a bit and go to a less touristy area. So the Greeks came over and they colonized it about 3,000 years ago, and they called it Enotria. And Enotria is derived from the Greek word for wine, which we love. And they saw it as the perfect place to grow and vinify their beloved wines that they drank over in Greece. So it's an area that is steeped in history. Now the town of Ciro, where this particular wine from, is one of those areas where they came over and colonized, where they are still making wine today, and that's where this particular producer is based. 3 fast wine facts. Number 1. So the legend says that the wines from this area were poured for the Greek champions in the ancient Olympic Games. And number 2, they revived that ancient tradition. So at the 68 and the 2004 Athens Olympics Games, they gave Gaglioppo to Italian gold medal winners, which I think is pretty cool. And number 3, Gaglioppo's skins are particularly thick, so they can absorb lots of sun and ripen up to make pure, savory magic. A little bit about the producer and the wine. Okay, so the producer is 5th generation. It's a family-owned business in Calabria, and it's called Ippolito 1845. And they're the oldest producer in Calabria, and they were set up in 1845. Shock. So they are really, really interesting. Families like this held the line. They kept the native grape varieties, took it seriously, and dragged the area and the grape variety Gaglioppo back into being a wine worth talking about. So I got this bottle off a friend of mine who is a cousin in the family. He's based down in Dorset, and it is a wine I'm considering for our restaurant down there for Sandbanks. Right, the taste. So this is a Gaglioppo, and it's Rosso Classico Superiore Reserva, and it's 2021 vintage. So that Reserva means it's had time in the cellar and in bottle. So you should be able to feel that in the tannin and the structure. Oh yeah, it's nice, it's good. Really interesting nose, it's perfumed actually. For some reason I just thought that these wines were going to be deep and rich and kind of brooding. This is, on the nose, it's kind of cherry, and I'm eating a lot of British cherries at the moment, so I've got that stuck in my nose, like wild cherry, maybe dark wild cherry, but definitely cherry. Pepperiness to it, definitely a dry herb element. Thyme, brambleberry, that's the thing. And then I think this really lovely blood orange. Yeah, and then floral, lifted pepper, dried herb. Oh yeah. Almost like that all carries onto the palate. Cola, blood orange, red cherry, floral tart, sour cherry, much more sour cherry. And then this real acidity to it, which is great, it's fresh. And then this really kind of sandy, firm tannins. You definitely need food with this. Kind of bitter, herbal, blood orange flavour. Delicious, really good. I've never had wines from Calabria before, and this is fantastic. But what are we going to eat with it? What not to eat with it? You're not going to have this with a salad niçoise. You want something with a bit of muscle in it. Roast lamb with rosemary, and I think that rosemary is really going to pick up kind of dried herb element to the wine. I would have this with a ragu or a spag bowl on a Wednesday night. A wedge of hard pecorino cheese, or the local Calabrian sausage, which I absolutely love, andouille. You might think andouille is too spicy for this. I absolutely don't. So I would have this with andouille on a pizza. Oof, yes, happy days. So verdict, yeah, I've never had this before. It's making me want to go to Calabria. So I'm going to sit here, drink the rest of the bottle and plan my holiday.